Yo, what's brackin' YouTube? This time I am the guy in charge here. I'll be making the video. And before we get to the topic of today's video, let me just explain and apologize on behalf of Three Joltz. They did in fact say that they would see you next time. And I believe what they meant by that is that another person who is making next videos would see you next time, not specifically Three Joltz. And that might have been an issue for some people, that you might have been expecting that Three Joltz would come back. Unfortunately, they are not. And yeah, so Three Joltz, they're not back this time. They just meant that another net video maker would be appearing and making a video. So today's video, it's not really strikeout related, shockingly. I know that a lot of the recent videos have been strikeout related, but I'm trying for something a little bit different. I'm trying for something unique, a question that's never really been asked before, nor even thought of. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck, assuming a woodchuck could chuck wood? So I know that there's a lot to unpack in just that statement alone. Question even, it's not really a statement. However, I think using this video, we'll definitely be able to figure out exactly what the answer is and how we can come to that conclusion. So let me just die real quick. Okay, that was pretty easy. So there's like I said, there's a lot to unpack in that that question. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck wood. But I'd say, once we come to the conclusion, you won't be scratching your head any longer. It'll actually make a ton of sense. I think you could probably give a lecture on how much wood a woodchuck could chuck, and it won't really be an issue at that point. So let me explain to you here my thoughts. So first and foremost, there's the question: what exactly would chuck mean in the question? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? And some people might be thinking, well, it means throw, because you can chuck something, you throw it. And I mean, you're not, I guess I wouldn't say you're wrong. That is the definition of chuck in some capacity, some way, but I wouldn't really say that's what the creators of this phrase were going for. If you watch Sesame Street, then you'll see that Count Dracula, actually, is that his name? He's like, he asks how much wood could a woodchuck chuck, and he has the woodchuck eating wood. And this is always what I figured was actually being talked about, them eating wood. I definitely think that's what they were going for. So now we gotta ask ourselves, how much could they eat, assuming they could eat wood? Chuck wood, even. What I'm wondering now, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering because this could affect the outcome of the decision, is what really is it that made it so that they could chuck wood? Because that's a massive question that must be on everybody's mind. I'm thinking there's no real difference in the reason as to. So basically, the footage is a little corrupted right there. I had to, I have to re-record this part. So basically, what I'm thinking is the reason that a woodchuck can't chuck wood in this made-up little universe in which a woodchuck could chuck wood is, I'm going to say that they were essentially assembled. They're basically assembled through evolution, and everything is about the same with the woodchuck. The only difference is, however, that their stomachs, the atoms in their stomach was made a little bit differently. In their digestive system and everything, to the point that they could chuck wood. So everything's basically the same. It's just a little change here and there, and now they can chuck wood. And I think that is basically what I'm going for here. The only question that remains is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And really, I'm thinking at this point that putting all the answers together, we've formed the perfect question, and the answer may very well be that if a woodchuck could chuck wood, it would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck. So yeah, that's about my answer. I'm sure everybody should understand. It makes a lot of sense. There's not much else to really ask about. I think, you know, if you really wanted to stick to the strikeout topics, we could just say that, you know, if a woodchuck wasn't strikeout, what placement would it get? And my answer to that, so we're doing a little double question video here because, you know, some people might really want the strikeout stuff. I think if a woodchuck was in a strikeout, first and foremost, are we asking if the woodchuck could chuck wood in a strikeout? And I'm saying, I'll give an answer for both. If a woodchuck could not chuck wood in the strikeout game show, then I'd say their chances are pretty low because, you know, none of their contestants can also chuck wood. You know, it's not really a major difference, and basically all it comes down to is the woodchuck's overall ability. Yeah, so basically I think the woodchuck would honestly struggle to even get in the show, and then if they did, then they probably wouldn't do very well. I'm just saying that outright. But if I think if a woodchuck could chuck wood and they were in the strikeout game show, then perhaps they would, you know, they would have something above their contestants. They would have something that they could do that really sets them apart from the rest, makes it, you know, gives them a real advantage compared to everybody. But I think if a woodchuck could chuck wood in the strikeout game show, then they would probably win. Honestly, you know, going up against everybody, it just makes sense. Nobody else could chuck wood, but this woodchuck could chuck wood. So, you know, it really just comes for a great outcome for the woodchuck, and there's no real way that I could see it losing in that situation. So, yeah, thanks for watching the video. We got 2 birds and 1 stone with this video, and I'll see you all next time. Well, not me. We'll see you all next time as the collective of the Nor Gang, and whoever makes the next video, yeah. Thanks for watching.